Hey guys, welcome back to DMAC Customs on the YouTube. Dave here in the garage, the Area 51 and the little murder Mori over there. I'll show you that in a minute. This go around we're going to start working on one of these front fenders. I guess I don't think I'll get onto the two of them. I've got a bit of smoothing out to do, so I might just kind of concentrate on one at a time. So I'll start on this one since it's closest to the bench and it saves me walking. So let's get at it. Okay, so this is part of the reason why I don't want to do that guard, because like all that stuff's there. That's kind of was looking for some stuff in those boxes, but yeah, we'll worry about that later. Last week we got the bonnet sorted, the hood, you know what I'm saying, and back on the car and sort of, oh no, what did we do last week? Oh, I just smoothed out some stuff on there. That's right, it was a little short video. But this time around, oh, we did a bit of work on that door too. This time around I want to kind of start sorting this out. I've got to work on the shims down the bottom there, and then we want to start doing some filler and things like that, smoothing that one out. But the elephant in the room, the old murder Mori. This is my son's 1952 Morris Minor 2-door hardtop post. It's just a little running joke. Yesterday we spent the day modifying the little bulkhead thing down here, this area here, to allow for this little unit to go in there, and gave it a quick prime and a bit of a blow over with some satin black, because he wants to satin black the whole thing. Yeah, so we had to clearance that bulkhead sort of thing, which is what you have to do to put a series into a earlier Morris, and so we had to kind of like motor in and out a few times during the week and working out what we had to trim away and making up some templates, and Seth welded in all the steel and ground it all back and cleaned it all up, and that is actually a metal finish under there. There's no filler whatsoever. He did a really good job on that, in general, you know. So he got in there and he welded all that. It's the first time he's done any welding for over a year, I guess. The last time was on his old Mori, so he did a nice job of it. Took his time, kept it cool, had the air gun going and dusting it down, trying to keep the heat out of it, and yeah, did a really good job. So we had turns at priming and stuff, so he's still sort of learning some of that stuff, so am I. But I sprayed the black, because it was a black paint that we got for it ages ago, and they kind of gave me the wrong stuff. They didn't actually give me what I asked for. What I asked for wasn't in stock in this particular paint shop that I went to, that I don't normally go to, and they said, oh, we haven't got any, we'll courier it to you. And by the time they couriered it to me, I just brought it home and left it in the box for yonks. And by the time I opened it up, it was like, no, this is almost like an implement paint. It's not really what I was asking for. But it was kind of too late. We used it anyway, and it went alright. So it's a bit orange peely just for a change. It seems to be my MO. But yeah, so Seth's gonna carry on working away on that during the week. He's at work today, so otherwise we'd probably be back on that. So I'm going to take the opportunity to get back on the Area 51. So first thing I want to do is probably, I want to shim this bottom of this guard out a little bit more, because my sill actually tips in, so that means my guard actually, where I've got it sitting now, is too low, and even the door doesn't line up quite right at the bottom. So I want to kind of do that. So I'll grab my shim kit and some tools. I might open the door for some light. See, kits. Oh, so it's a magic drawer, opens 2 drawers at once. Good. So there's my little shim kit that I bought off the internet a while back. It's really quite handy. So what I want to bring this out. I might bring it out at maybe about 1/8 and just see how it lands. So hopefully you can see up under here, but I've got to get another shim into there. So I've got to undo this bolt there and get a shim into there. Other way. Oh, I've already got a few shims in there. Okay, so here's my shims. Seems like a lot, but it could be to do with when I reconstructed this bottom mount down here. I might have done it a little bit too far in, so hence the need for multiple shims. Now I just put a zip tie in there to hold them all together, try and get them in, because it's proven to be quite difficult. And I've gone from just, I was going to add an 1/8, but I've just added a 1/16. We'll give that a try. So I'll just try and get that in there and see how it all lines up after that. Okay, after a fair amount of farting around and taking shims back out, I'm back to the same amount of shims I had to start with, but I think I didn't actually have it, like the shims weren't in place properly, so it was kind of like not seated properly, I think, maybe. But yeah, it seems to be sort of sitting about right now, so I'm back to having just two 1/8 inch shims in there. And that seems to be about where I want it. So the door swings clear of that fender. But yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but that front of that rocker or sill or whatever you want to call it dips in. It is what it is. I didn't put the sills on. I did cap the end of them though, so I probably should have checked all that before I kind of finished them up way back when, but live and learn. So I'm just gonna have to kind of fill those out a little bit, probably just put a little bit of New-Tech in them, build them up. I've got to do the bottom of that front fender anyway. There's some pitting and stuff down there that I've got to straighten out, and then there's a few other bits and pieces got to straighten out as well. So I just got to put this stuff away, and then we can get into doing some bogging. Okay, so I've been around and given like all the areas that I think I want to hit with a bit of filler and a bit of New-Tech and stuff. A bit of a 80 grit kind of sand just to key them up a little bit, just to get them started. No doubt we'll sand through most of that anyway. So just going to mix up some New-Tech. Splashed out, went to Bog Boards or Us and got myself a new bog board. And so let's get at it. Yep. And I also did a little bit of masking down the bottom there because I kind of don't want to splash it around too much. On my first pass with the old New-Tech, just to kind of fill in any pits and what do you call it, like little weldy marks and stuff like that, and build up that little sill just a wee scopes, just to put a bit of a platform under the filler. And yeah, it's just going off, so I got in there with a knife and just trimmed off all my daggy bits that were hanging down and stuff, so I don't have to kind of worry about them when that's rock hard. So I'm just watching filler dry now, so get back into it when we can. Okay, so humidity's starting to rise. Anxiety's probably coming up with it. Got my first kind of round of chucking a bit of filler on and got halfway through my mix and it started getting ugly really fast, so I kind of abandoned that and then mixed up some more and kind of went through the same kind of scenario. So either too slow or too much hardener, or it's too warm, don't know. But anyway, I'll start sanding. This stuff here is ready to go, so might as well just hit it. No doing it but doing it. Okay, so got the first sort of rough scuff down of all that dried too quickly first pass. So I'm gonna mix up some more and give it another skim. I might grab some tape actually and tape a bit of a line where I want that kind of tapery out bit to go, and there's a low spot on there I can see now, that bit there obviously because there's, you know, a low spot. So I might just have to build that up a little bit, I think. Maybe hammer down that a little. Here's my hammer. And yeah, give it all another bit of a skim. Where is my hammer? I don't know. I was using it yesterday. Unless I put it in here. Yeah, there it is. The other hammers. Not with the body hammers, it was with the hammers. I haven't done any of the other little, you know, all this crap and that on the top here yet, but I'll concentrating on all the big hits, and then hopefully that stuff will just be, you know, one skim and done type of stuff, you know, with any luck. Anyway, I'll whack this with the hammer. Right there. Take that down just a scotch. Yeah, that's it. Now I'll put another skim on there. Right, just take that off while it's still wet. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go, but I will do that. Right, so I just gave that all another bit of a skim, all that stuff, had a little bit left over, so I hit a bit up the front there. And yeah, now just gotta wait for that to dry, but there's a little bit of hammering I've got to do. That'll do it. Hammered. That was a dent, I think it was dented in, like a rock dent sort of thing, and I sort of got in there with a pick and something and kind of hammered it back out and hammered it too far out and then forgot about it. So I noticed it just before, so I thought, oh, well, yeah, we'll just go and give that a little bit of whack with the old whack stick and take care of that business. So just waiting for bulb to dry now. Find something else to do. Okay, so starting to take shape. That's that second skin sanded. I can't remember what I last recorded. And yeah, so that's pretty good now at 80 grit. So I'm going to leave that where it sits at the moment and go back into it with the old 150. And I have, yeah, and oh, I'm having trouble speaking. So I've sanded everything that I've started filling down to 80 grit. Right, so next up I'll go in and kind of flush it out down to 150. I still haven't done any of the filler on those other little ripply dents and stuff like that. I did start catching one down there, but it's a little bit lower in the middle than I thought it was, so I didn't get it in one swing. And yeah, kind of been going through, found that little dent there and another one up on the door, and we've been working down on that bottom sill there, just kind of building that up. But my door shape, it does actually tip in at the bottom there, so I'm going to work on getting the sill kind of more rightish to the guard. I'm not, it's going to sound really stupid, but I'm not really that fussed about that bottom of that door kind of kicking in a little bit on there sort of thing. This is kind of being a round and round in circles kind of thing. I kind of set the bottom of the door up to the sill, didn't realise the sill was kind of tipping in at the front until I kind of got the guards and that all on there in epoxy and that, and I thought, oh shit, there's something going on here. And then it's like, oh my god, I've now kind of modified the door to suit a crooked sill. So it's not much. I may kind of even sand it a bit further back and kind of go a half and half. You guys will notice it because you know about it. You guys in the panel beating game who know what you're looking at, really looking at. Other car guys, you know what you're looking at, but the guys in the actual game, you'll look at that and go, edit that. You did that wrong. And yes, I did. I'll find a way to make it look okay, trust me. I've been hiding my mistakes for years. But anyway, I'm going to go and have some lunch, and then we'll come back and probably throw some more filler down on those other bits, and then maybe start doing the 150 while that's curing up. Yeah, let's do it. Food. I had to kind of push the old Area 51 back out of the rain and stuff like that. I'll just shut this door down while I go and have some lunch. Just sharing that with you in case you're kind of wondering what's going on. See, that was a good guess. I didn't hit it, but I was just pushing it back. Had to get old Flatty McFlat back in the game up there and pump that little sucker up so I could roll it, you know. But anyway, food, lunchtime. Okay, so lunch eaten, back at it. It's going to mix up another batch of filler and hit that stuff up the top there. So what I want to hit, I want to get this. There's a bit there, all of this stuff across the top and up here. I think that's pretty much all that's left that I haven't done anything to on all the denty stuff going on this area. You know what I'm saying? Not on fire? Yeah. So, let's get into that. Yep. Hey, hit a low spot, or created a low spot over there, well, two technically. Up the top seems to be coming along okay. So yeah, I just kind of did a little skim on there, and I've still got to finish sanding down here with the 150. But I've been through, I think that's all good now. I can still feel something there, but I'll get it. Yeah, so where are we at? Having a bit more success with this bog. It's still, I still get a lot of pinholes in it. I've changed the way I'm mixing it, seems to help, and I gave it a real thorough stir before I hooked into it, because there was a bit of resin had separated from the bog, so that could be contributing to why I was having so much trouble last week. But yeah, it's better, still not 100%. Could be user error, most likely is. So I'll just carry on. Sanding. Yep. What was I up to? What did I do? I think since my last little update, I've gone and got a drink of water, and I've sprayed some stuff and a little bit of sanding down there, but just been waiting for bog to dry. So I think that's, yeah, she's good to go. So let's hit that, and that might be pretty much it on this first of the two fenders, you know what I'm saying? Okay, sanding. Okay, update. We're all kind of like, I've masked off a few things, ready to squirt some epoxy back onto this mamma jamma, which I've run out of day today, so I'll do that tomorrow after work. Tomorrow is actually a public holiday, but I'm still working because, you know, no rest for the stupid. And yeah, so, but hopefully I'll be able to skate out of there a little bit early, get home, get some epoxy on this, seal it up, and then that's that cookie done. So then it'll just be the other guard on the other side that'll be left to do of the major sort of bodywork stuff. Like I've said before, there's still a heap of pinhole chasing and a few dents and scratches and crap to track down and sort out. But yeah, definitely getting there, starting to take shape, although everything's covered in dust in here at the moment. But anyway, till tomorrow, see you then. Hey guys, so next day, managed to sleaze out of work early, had one appointment first thing, so I got that done and got out of there. Today's actually a public holiday, so, you know, all fair and love and war, I guess. So this is all ready to go on the old epoxy, so I'm going to get that sealed up again, and then that'll be that side kind of done-ish until I find other stuff needing doing to it. I've mixed up me paint, just got to fire up the compressor, let that charge up, and then we'll just kind of get some of that going on here just to seal it up, to keep the moisture out. It has been very humid here in this part of the New Zealand for the last, I don't know, month. So I don't want to leave this in bare steel any longer than absolutely necessary, or have any steel showing, or even just bog showing, because that stuff just soaks up the water, apparently. So yeah, let's get at it. Honestly, I think the local flies are attracted to overspray and paint thinners and stuff like that, because they just keep, every time I crack a paint can open, in they come, little buggers. But anyway, one coat down. Did notice something, I was looking at it down the light here, there is a high spot of filler. I didn't actually flush it out as nice as I was hoping I had, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. So just letting this flash off, pretty much ready to go again now, and give it a second coat, clean up, and we're done on this guard for now till I high build it and stuff like that. Okay, so 2 coats of epoxy on that fender now. Finding heaps of stuff that I missed or over sanded or didn't fill or stuff like that. So kind of a bit, I don't even know, I don't even have words for it. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in myself, to be honest. I sort of sanded some stuff back too far and don't quite know how I did that. I thought I was doing alright. I kind of was running along with the rag and I could feel things and was sorting them out, but yeah, it might be alright. It might come up with the high build primer. I might be able to get a lot of those little bits and bobs with that kind of stuff. I'm putting a lot of stock in this high build primer when I get that far, mate, I tell you. May need to do a few little skims here and there, but that's where I come unstuck, is I put a little skim on and, you know, leave it high, which is one of the things I can see now. Is one of my last little skims I put on yesterday. I was all worried about sanding into stuff that I was happy with, and then in actual fact I didn't sand far enough into the bit that I just put on, if that makes sense. Like this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but there's a bit of a lump right here. It's a bit high right there, but you know, we might be able to take that down with a longboard, you know, close when we're getting into the next stage, hopefully. A few pinholes and other little blemishes and crap like that. Go away, flies. And here, there's been pinholes in here. Actually managed to get a run in there as well. Slack. And there's a low spot there. I knew that was there. I just didn't want to be putting any more filler on that nose cone kind of bit. I thought I'll leave that until, you know, I can do that with a finer glaze or something, you know. I just didn't want to go sanding on that bit anymore. So yeah, so that's what I did. That's my excuse for lack of quality control at that point. The rest of it, no excuse really. I just didn't really know what I was doing or see that properly or something. Dark side of the garage, you know. It's amazing what you find as soon as you get some like primer down on something, eh? Like all the little like pits and divots and scratches and stuff that you kind of miss. Oh, there's heaps of little low spots and stuff like that. Oh, I must have sanding blind yesterday or something. Maybe you're just rushing it, feeling that pressure to get it done and, you know, put out a video for you fellas. I'm not going to blame you guys now. It's not really your fault, it's just me trying to hurry. But anyway, getting sidetracked. So yeah, the sill came up good. The door and the sill and the guard kind of line up better. It still tips in here. I'm happy with that. I know it's there. I know why it's there and what I did wrong. Well, one of the things I did wrong in that area, but yeah, it'll be alright. Low car. If it was still was up here and then it was in people's eyeball, you'd probably fix it, but because the car's down low, only you guys and me know about it. But and short panel beaters, yeah, edit that. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this exciting episode on the Area 51 project. If you haven't subscribed, get on the old subscribe button, like, share, comment, tell us where you're from, what you're working on, stuff like that. Had a bunch of new subscribers come on board. The video I posted will be a couple of 3 weeks ago now, which is had a good clickbait image for the thumbnail, you know, like, and that seemed to grab a lot of you guys' attention, or a lot of new people's attention, and had at this point it's a week old and it's had like 17 new subscribers, so that's big news for the old DMAC Customs garage. Yeah, so welcome aboard. I know it's a little bit late, but welcome aboard all the new subscribers, and hope you stick around. You'll be hardcore if you're still watching at this point. And, or as always, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and until next time, peace.